Yes, people, you know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video. Shout out to everyone tuning in, showing love and support each and every time. And listen, I've had a 2-day break and it felt good, man. Oh my God, I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I needed this. Honestly, I really did need this, you know. And I just did some regular stuff, man. Went to cinema yesterday, watched the new Jurassic Park movie, stayed at home, did nothing, watched Netflix, watched Disney, you know, the new Ironheart series. And it felt good. Honestly, it felt good to just do nothing, you know, just switch off. And I'm going to switch off for more days after the Club World Cup is done. Probably go away to see some friends and family and stuff. So it is necessary, you know, it's very necessary. So, yeah, shout out to everyone still tuning in, by the way. Quarterfinals are coming up tonight. So the content is back on. And yeah, road to 20K. Closing in on 17, so if you haven't subscribed, whoa, excuse me. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. You're helping the channel massively by doing these things, so please go ahead and do so. But listen, let's get straight to business. You've seen a title, you've seen a thumbnail. Nico Williams, an absolute bomb has dropped today. Nico Williams has extended his contract with Athletic Bilbao, his boyhood club, but he's not extended his contract until next year. Not until the year after. Not until the year after. Hell, it's not even a 4-year extension. It's an extension until 2035. Yes, you heard it right. Nico Williams has extended his contract with Athletic Bilbao until 2035. The same way his brother signed the monster extension back in 2019, if I'm not wrong, which is still running, by the way, that deal until 2028. So clearly, Athletic Bilbao have a thing for monster extensions, and there has to be something in the air over there. There has to be something in the Basque region for young players to stay for so long and accept to sign those extensions, like crazy monster extensions, after weeks and weeks and weeks of Nico Williams being rumored to leave and go to Barcelona, go to Bayern Munich. He's finally decided to stay at the football club. And he had some words. He says, when it comes to making decisions, for me, the most important thing is to listen to your heart. I am where I want to be with my people. This is my home. And reports also say that the agreement includes new release clause for 50%. What am I even saying? No, excuse me. So it says, the agreement includes new release clause for plus 50% compared to 58 million euros previous one and salary increase, which makes sense. So now the release clause is above round about 100 million euros. And also the Barcelona deal is off due to registration issues. Well. Barcelona's still having registration issues. Very, very interesting. But we'll get to that in a minute. I think this is a win-win situation for both Nico Williams, the Williams family at that point, and the club, because they went all the way to the semi-finals of the Europa League. Fair enough, they lost to Man United, but they made it till the semi-finals. At the same time, they qualified for Champions League football. They gave Nico Williams the number 10 at the start of last season. And they clearly value him, and he's clearly at ease, and he clearly feels like he's at home in Bilbao, in the Basque region. So this is a win-win situation for him. He's going to be in a team that he knows, he's going to be playing Champions League football, and he's going to be able to get himself fit and get himself to the best level possible to play the World Cup next year with Spain, unless something happens injury-wise, which of course we don't want to happen and we don't wish for it to happen. But this is the perfect situation for him to get ready for the World Cup 2026. Because far too often we've seen players get a move ahead of a World Cup and they struggle to kind of get in form because they have to adapt. And it would have been the case for Nico Williams. He would have, well, not for Barcelona, but he would have needed to adapt to a new language if he moved to Bayern Munich, new culture, new teammates, etc. It could have proved to be a bit dangerous and a bit risky, you know. But him staying at Bilbao, like I said, is a win-win situation. Honestly, best decision he could have made. Best decision. I applaud that situation. Sorry, I applaud that decision from Nico Williams. Honestly, I applaud it. I definitely applaud it. Now, speaking of Barcelona, registration issues. What does that mean for the Blaugrana? Not much really, because they already have quality players in those positions. You know, they can switch between players. I know Ferran Torres is not really the first choice, but when injuries do occur, which was the case last season, a Ferran Torres can come in and fill in on the left, on the right, in the middle. He can, play here and there. Dani Olmo, same thing. You can play him through the middle. You can play him on the left, play him on the right if needed. They have options there. So in terms of personnel, it's not really an issue like that for Barcelona. The only thing is, of course, it would have been nice for them to have the two Spanish wonder kids in the same team. Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side and Nico Williams on the left-hand side. It would have been absolutely disgusting to see that, by the way. If Barcelona had managed to pull that off, that would have been crazy. But I don't think Barcelona fans are going to be mad. I do think Barcelona fans are going to have an issue with the registration issues still being present. How is it possible that Barcelona still have issues with that to register players? To register players. They had the same issue with Lewandowski. They had the same issue with Dani Olmo. Hell, they've had the same issue for nearly every player that they signed. And they've had to make decisions in order for these players to get registered. Pull financial levers here, pull financial levers there, sell the rights to the stadium, make people get married at the new camp to get some money here and there. Like, it was a mess. And to come to find out that these issues still exist, it's kind of crazy, It's kind of crazy. So for Barcelona, I would say in terms of personnel, not too much to worry about there, because they do still have an amazing squad, and I do still think they can challenge for the title next year or upcoming season. But in terms of the registration issues, I would be worried, because what does that mean for Rashford now? Because obviously the interest is there. Reports have said it multiple times. What does that mean for Rashford? Because Rashford clearly wants the Barcelona move. But if you can't register the players, what does that mean for the wages? Rashford has high wage demands. Are you going to be able to pay that? If you are going to be able to pay that, cool. But now you have to register the player. So that means what? Pull another financial lever, sell more rights or media rights or stadium rights or whatever, or get rid of a player in order to get Rashford in. But you don't really know if Rashford's going to work out because it's a risk. Do you know what I mean? This is a delicate situation for Barca. A very delicate situation. So that's that for Barcelona. As for Bayern Munich, this is a big fat L. I have to be honest. Because the way they've been chasing Nico Williams, 2 offers they made. 2 offers. And both of those offers have been rejected by Nico Williams, who ultimately decided to stay at Bilbao. This is a massive L for Bayern Munich. And the search continues for a left winger. Because I did say, having Serge Gnabry and Kingsley Coman as left wing options for the season, knowing that both have significantly dropped in terms of performance levels, is a red flag. Bayern have to get a new left winger in. And obviously the 3 names that were mentioned were Nico Williams, Mitoma, and Rafael Leao. So now they have to look at different options. Obviously, there's 2 names that were added to the list. Luis Diaz has been added to the list of names that could go to Bayern Munich as a left winger, and Cody Gakpo. So Bayern Munich basically have the choice now. But the fact that they chased Nico Williams for 2 months nearly, had conversations with him, made him 2 offers, both offers got rejected. Hey, that tells a story, That tells a story. The sporting director, Max Eberl, I don't know if he has that pull. It looks like Bayern Munich, who in the past could put in a call and the player was basically there within seconds, it looks like that pull has significantly dropped, because for a player of the quality of Nico Williams to reject Bayern Munich, that says a lot. That says a lot. So Bayern Munich are taking more of an L here than Nico Williams. Bayern Munich are taking more of an L here than Athletic Bilbao. Sorry, I got it wrong again. Bayern Munich are taking more of an L than Barcelona. See, I got it right in the end. they taking more of an L than Barcelona here because that leaves a gap still. They're still at the Club World Cup. They're still playing, still getting ready for the season. Who's going to be that left winger coming in now? It's not a good look on Bayern Munich, I'll be honest. And Bayern Munich typically do not get rejected, no matter who the player is. And to be fair, relationships should be good with Bilbao because they paid 40 million euros in 2012 to get Javi Martinez from the club to Bayern Munich. So relationships should be good there. But again, the fact that a player of the caliber of Nico Williams rejects you, I don't know. But in the end, I think Nico Williams, he made the right choice, I'll be honest. I don't think I need to sit here and tell you about his qualities. Everybody knows what a fantastic player he is. What a wonder boy this kid is. Extremely electric. He's so pacey, skillful, can be decisive, especially in that Spain team. That two up front, Lamine on the right, and then on the left, you got Nico Williams. It would have been nasty to see that for Barcelona. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Has Nico Williams made the right choice to stay at Bilbao? I think he has, because this is absolutely fantastic for the Basque region. And it's one of those moves that you don't see very often. A lot of players want to move for the money, want to move to have new challenges in life. But to see that kind of loyalty in football is kind of good. It puts a smile on somebody's face that is a neutral football fan and that wants to see young players develop at good clubs, aka their boyhood clubs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Nico Williams with Athletic Bilbao, that is in the Champions League, because they qualified for champs, which is a good thing. And Nico Williams was a massive cornerstone in Athletic Bilbao qualifying for Champions League, so that's a good thing. And I'll be watching for sure. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. And like, share, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you very soon. Peace.